I kept getting emails from people I never heard of before. I saw Going Clear and I'm freaked out. My daughter has a 3-year-old daughter, and I heard this Spanky Taylor story, and okay. You know, that's a typical one. But I had them on all different issues, right? And virtually every one was based, get the truth or falsity of the accusations out of the way, almost every one was based on an anachronism. In other words, they were taking up with me this clear and present danger, and my response was, well, that thing that you saw in the film actually allegedly happened in 1978, and there hasn't been any children in that organization in the 40 years since. Oh, God, I didn't know that. But it was like that across the boards, whether it was, you know, whatever the accusations were. And so, you know, in a way, that's why I said at the end of the day, the film was really a masterful propaganda piece. Because one of the things it did was took these anecdotal things, right, and weaved them together in a creative fashion to make the viewer believed that all of this was happening right now. Okay? Now imagine that. You could take anyone or any organization and cover a 60-year span. Straight up. The Mormon Church, the United Way, okay? Wendy's, McDonald's, okay? Lawrence Wright, personally. Alex Gibney, personally. Me, personally. You personally, probably. Okay? Anyone or any entity, you could take them, go back for 60 years, and find a dozen things that they regret. Okay? Now imagine taking the dozen things that you could, the dozen things you most regret, okay, and they weave it into this thing with all of the arts and no dime to be spared, okay, no worry about expense, with the greatest creative Hollywood minds, weave it together into a piece that's presented as fact, okay, and made to look like all of these character problems that these regrets may have reflected are present, are alive and stoked in present time, they'd put you behind bars. You'd get indicted the next day. And that's exactly what he did with Scientology. You know, and to me it was very practical. I didn't initially saw that. When I first saw the film, I went, God, man, maybe I am wrong. Maybe there isn't anything good about it, right? And that's reflected in some of my interviews that I did. But when the rubber met the road, when I was dealing with people and how viewers were affected by it individually, I had a dozen to 2 dozen inquiries like this, and to a one, I had people that were freaked out and completely misled, thinking that they or their family was facing some sort of present threat or dilemma based on the film. And I said, it's just not the case if you get into the facts of what it is they're talking about.